Hello, and welcome to the November astrology forecast. I've decided to go ahead and record these as an audio version because I've run all the charts and I've done all the work. My furniture and equipment will not arrive until sometime next week. I also start back with my clients on October 19th. So the rest of my October schedule is very tight. And so I thought, why not just go ahead and get these done while I'm sitting here waiting for my furniture, because I'm ready to go. I love this new area I've moved into. I can see the Milky Way at night. So I'm really excited about what I'm doing. I'm thrilled about the astrology coming up here in November and especially December and 2017. There is a new wave of energy coming in that we haven't seen before that is absolutely brilliant. And so I really want to get in here and do what I do. So thank you for your patience. I'll be back in November in front of the camera, and I'm excited to be with you. So let's get started. Enjoy and keep looking up. Hi Virgo, welcome to your November astrology forecast. Like your ruling planet Mercury, you are on the move in November. You are super busy. And that actually started for you in October with the Scorpio new moon on October 30th in the area of short distance travel, communication, speaking, writing, listening, thought patterns, habit patterns, your intellect, your perception, your ability to question. So you have a lot of energy going on in that area of community and neighbors and siblings, making you very busy. And that Scorpio new moon on the 30th of October is beautiful because it is in positive energy flow with Neptune in Pisces in that area of relationships. So end of October going into November, you're feeling really strong, you're feeling connected, you're feeling on top, in touch, in control. And any projects you're working on, some really creative energy for you to articulate esoteric teachings or metaphysical teachings, spiritual teachings. So wonderful energy for you to apply to anything you're communicating, whether it's audio or written, visual. This is the time for you to really use that powerful mind of yours to be creative and express yourself, express your knowledge, express your knowing, express your teaching, your what you're here to teach. Now, by the middle of November, the fog does start to roll in because Mercury enters Sagittarius on the 12th and is challenged by Neptune on the 19th. And so don't make any major decisions at the 19th, because when Neptune challenges a planet, we can be deceived. We can be foggy too in our thinking. You know, our thinking can be foggy and we're not clear. So it's not the time to tackle contracts or purchases or details that really require focusing. So, you know, with Neptune taking you into the higher consciousness and the higher spirituality, you know, there is a part of you that does want to surrender to that energy. I call it the magical mystery tour. You know, so you don't fight it, don't resist it, go with the flow, and you know, ride the wave of the spiritual energy that Neptune is casting upon your shores. Then by the third week, the clarity returns, and you are ready to spread your wings and fly here in November. Spread your wings and fly. Spread your message, share your message far and wide. So you're pretty strong here. That last 10 days in October and going into November, it's a strong time for you because Scorpio rules your mind. And that's another reason why you have such a powerful mind. Not only because you're ruled by Mercury, but Scorpio rules your conscious awareness. And you have this fabulous Scorpio new moon. And Mercury is in Scorpio at the time of the new moon, in harmony with Neptune, increasing your intuition, increasing your perception, increasing your ability to gain the insight you need to make right choices for you. And of course, Scorpio sextiles any planets you have in Virgo, which is harmonious and positive and uplifting, creating opportunities. So there could be some really good opportunities in here for you around any project that you're working on that has to do with ideas, has to do with thinking, writing, speaking, teaching, podcasting, making videos, whatever you're doing. You're going to be feeling really strong here at the end of October and in November. And I really like this. And Mars enters Aquarius on November 8th. And Mars is trining Jupiter in the second house of your money, which is very good for you. And so, money is on the up and up here with that Jupiter in your area of earning ability in positive energy flow with Mars. And then it's going to be opposing Uranus in December. And I'm going to talk a lot about that when I get to December and next year, 2017, because we have a new wave of energy coming in with this Uranus-Saturn trine, Jupiter-Uranus opposition, and Jupiter sextiling Saturn, Jupiter sextiling Uranus. So it is benefiting everybody. And for you, it's in the money houses. So there's something coming in here that's going to give you a really big hit in the money belt and boost your economy, boost your earning ability, boost your attraction. And I'm going to be doing some webinars on this in January because I want to get everybody pumped up for next year, because we're never going to see this energy again, not in this lifetime, where Saturn's in Sagittarius, Uranus is in Aries, Jupiter is in Libra, just uplifting everyone, empowering everyone to expand, be prosperous in practical ways that can absolutely be the game changer and carry you well into the future. So there's a lot of good things happening for you, and it's only getting better from here. So Venus enters Capricorn on the 11th. Venus in Capricorn brings the action to your creativity, your creative self-expression, your self-confidence, love affairs, romance, true love. And that's beautiful. Wherever Venus is, she makes things better. And of course, Capricorn is your sister sign, so it's pouring positive energy flow into your planets in Virgo, Sun in Virgo, Moon in Virgo, Rising Virgo, Mercury in Virgo. So this is good news. When planets move into Capricorn, they activate the fun part of your life, and they uplift you and inspire you. So this is really good, having Venus in Capricorn. It can also be, like a really creative time for you, because the Scorpio's really getting those juices flowing. And then when you add the Capricorn, that empowers you to spread your wings and fly, really share what you know with the world. Mercury enters Sagittarius on the 12th. And that can focus you in the home. What do you need to do in the home? You do have Saturn there, And, when Saturn's in the foundation of your life, it is an important time to really look at what you're doing to strengthening you. Do you need better boundaries? Do you need to set boundaries with relatives? Do you need to set boundaries with friends or other people? This is the time to really, look at that, because wherever Saturn is, I'm laughing because Saturn has just been throwing so many delays my way. Wherever Saturn is where we're being examined and tested, and we can experience delays. And so, if you've been trying to move, or where you're living isn't working for you, or, you need to, separate from a family member, whatever it is that you need to be doing, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to focus on what's right for you, not what's right for other people, but what's right for you. What makes you feel strong? What feeds you? What nurtures you? What empowers you? This is the area of your life that has to do with your inner being. In Feng Shui, the inner home and the outer home, they go together. The outer home needs to reflect the inner home. And so you want to be making sure that you're doing what's right for you, because you're under that examination by Saturn, who is examining your choices, your personal relationships, your family relationships. And if you are not setting healthy boundaries for yourself, it's going to show up now. Now, especially with your ruling planet Mercury in that area of home and foundation. And so really important to pay attention to what's going on inside of you, what you need to feel safe and secure, what you need to feel empowered. This is also the area of clients. Is it time to do some house cleaning with clients, right? Law of attraction is always matching. And if you have certain clients that are draining you, or, you come away really, not feeling good from the interaction, now's the time to upgrade your standards so that you are attracting good people to you, good clients to you, that create that win-win. Then that brings you to the Taurus full moon on the 14th. Now this is a wonderful full moon for you, because it's forming a grand Earth trine to your planets in Virgo. Pluto is trining the moon. Pluto is in Capricorn, the moon in Taurus, and so there is a fabulous grand Earth trine for the Virgos with the Taurus full moon. And I like this full moon. There's no challenging aspects to it. Pluto is trining the moon, and Chiron, who acts like a planet in our astrology, is sextiling the moon. So this is about healing. This is about purging. This is about clarity. This is about strength. This is about power, creative power, soul power. This is a wonderful time to travel. This is a wonderful time for you to be teaching or learning. This is a wonderful time for you to be publishing. And this can take your message far and wide. Now, full moons bring things to completion. Is there something you need to publish at this time? Is there something you need to finish at this time? This is the time, if you're launching a website, or you're launching something new, a new YouTube channel, or anything you got cooking up, you want to launch it before the full moon. You never want to launch something after a full moon. You have to wait till the new moon to do that. But if you launch before a full moon, then what the full moon does is it carries that energy far and wide and far into the future, because you're using the light of the moon, you're building towards the light. But as soon as that full moon starts to wane, then, it's like the tide has gone out and you got to wait for the tide to come back before you go swimming. And so if you're launching something, you want to launch it on the 12th, on the 13th, and right before the full moon on the 14th. Fabulous time for you to publish. Fabulous time for you to travel. It's time for you to focus on your future, focus on expansion of consciousness. And again, if there's something, full moons bring things to completion. Is there something you need to complete? Is there something that's done for you? What is complete for you? I really love this full moon for you because it's just loaded with positive energy and opportunity. And of course, resources. So this is a money moon, and being in harmonious energy flow with Pluto and your planets in Virgo, this is about you gaining in prosperity, gaining in recognition, gaining in promotion. So it's also about purging, right? Because we're talking Scorpio. And so the urge to purge is very strong here. First 3 weeks of October, end of October, first 3 weeks of November. And so what do you need to release? It could be like, you're doing some sort of project. It's like giving birth. And, it's time to give birth. It's time to have the baby. It's time to launch. It's time to publish. It's time to start that new job. It's time to start that new relationship. It's time to start that new business. It's exciting. And there's a lot of healing in here for you as well. With that Chiron in that 7th house of relationships, maybe there's a relationship that you're healing. Maybe you're healing from the past. Maybe you're healing from something that happened in the past. And that's feeling really good too. And so allow the healing to nourish and nurture you. This is an important time for you to be focusing on your healing, focusing on your strength, focusing on strengthening you, because the stronger you are, the more you can accomplish in the world. And wherever Saturn is where we're supposed to be focused. And when Saturn is in this area of your life, your foundation, that's more important than career achievement. It doesn't mean you're not achieving. It just means the focus is on you, on your inner being, what's going on the inside of you, and your personal life, and what is strengthening you. And when Saturn's in an area like this, it's time to build a new foundation. And so the things that used to make you feel strong may not make you feel strong anymore. So now we have to change our structures. We need to change our patterns in a way that empower you so that you're building new structures that absolutely strengthen you. You're building new structures that absolutely make you feel strong, make you feel secure. And that's another thing too, with Saturn in that area of foundation. It is about, building up your reserves, your emotional reserve, your energetic reserve, your financial reserve, your spiritual reserves. So this is the time to focus on reserves. Especially, when the sun enters Sagittarius on the 21st, now we have the sun there, we have Saturn there, we have your ruling planet Mercury there. This is a very strong time of the year where you're now coming back from traveling this last part of November, and you're home. Now, Neptune goes direct on the 19th. That's a very subtle energy. Most of us won't feel it when he goes direct. However, he's powerful. And now that he's direct, or moving direct, stationary direct on the 21st, Neptune, he is squaring the Sagittarius new moon on the 29th. I think it's so interesting that, this fall here, or spring if you're in Australia, New Zealand, Argentina, that the new moons are taking place at the end of a month. So we end a month, but we keep starting a new moon. And so the Sagittarius new moon on the 29th is being challenged by Neptune. And because Neptune is flying forward by the 29th, he is fearsome. So Neptune is really whacking the Sagittarius new moon. I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, so Neptune goes direct on the 19th. And no planet just goes direct. It always stations and then goes direct. The Sun enters Sagittarius on the 21st, and Jupiter squares Pluto on the 24th. And I did talk to you about Mercury being squared by Neptune on the 19th. Whenever I say square, I mean challenged. Stay away from the 19th when it has to do with major decisions, and the 29th of November. So Jupiter being squared by Pluto, because now Jupiter is in Libra, Jupiter is being challenged by Pluto. This is not a negative energy. Even when Jupiter is challenged by something, it still feels good because it's Jupiter. And Jupiter is about doorways to your goals, achieving your goals. It's about personal growth, it's expansion, it's success. It's wisdom. When it is being challenged, the problem is we can overdo. We can overeat. We can drink too much. We can party too much. We can be too idealistic. We can overdo whatever we're doing. And Pluto is obsession. So we can really go over the top with this energy. It's going to arouse your ambition. It's going to make you want to achieve. And there isn't anything wrong with wanting to be successful and achieve your goals. However, if we're running over other people to do it, then we can find ourselves doing too much and resistance from others. So if we're getting resistance, that means we're doing too much. If we're getting resistance, that means we're not listening. And so for you, it has to do with this creative projects that you're working on, and you just want to make sure that you're not doing too much. You're not spending too much too. Now this goes exact on the 24th, and then March 30th and August 4th, 2017. So this energy is going to be around for the next 10 months. And when it's exact, that's when it's the most powerful. On the 24th of November, on the 30th of March, and the 4th of August, 2017. Because Jupiter is in your resource area, and it's being challenged by Pluto, or Pluto is challenging Jupiter, there could be a tendency for you to overspend on something because you're so focused on achieving your goal. You're so focused on achieving the project or whatever you're doing that you are, throwing money at it and throwing money at it. And then, you overspend. Remember now, Jupiter can overdo things. And so be aware that less is more with this aspect. Spending less, doing less, being patient, that will guide you through the energy because Jupiter makes us so enthusiastic. Jupiter makes us excited. And we think we can do anything with Jupiter. And then that gets you into hot water. I know from experience. You just overextend what you're doing, or you think you're Superwoman or Superman. And then, of course, Saturn comes along and shows you you're human and you're in the matrix. So we want to be aware of our obsessions. And this can also be around a relationship, too. You could be spending too much money on trying to win the affection of another, or trying to impress a friend, or trying to impress your partner, your spouse. So be aware of that, too, that wherever you're going too far, Less is more. And you want someone to love you for you, not what you're doing for them, but for you. Now, the Sagittarius new moon is very different from the Scorpio new moon, because the Sagittarius new moon on the 29th is being challenged by Neptune. And whenever something is being challenged by Neptune, we can be deceived. We're confused. We're in fog. We can be doubtful, because Neptune dissolves structures. And for you, it's coming out of that area of relationships. And the Sagittarius new moon on the 29th is happening in the area of your foundation. So reality goes out the window. And we want to believe the fantasy with Neptune. We want to believe that our knight in shining armor has come. We want to believe that she is our goddess and that she can do no wrong. However, if you're going with love's illusion, it's not real. And so don't make any major commitments at the Sagittarius new moon. Wait, because a few hours after the moon will couple with Saturn. And that is sober. That's that sober feeling you have when you wake up with a hangover from Neptune without drinking. Well, you could be drinking with Neptune, because Neptune rules drugs and alcohol as well as the movie industry, the music industry. It rules Hollywood, and everything in Hollywood is fantasy. Just ask Brad and Angelina. And so with the moon catching up to Saturn several hours later, and then the sun a week later, that's when the reality check comes in, and it's usually not very pleasant when we find out we've been fooled by someone or something. And so don't make any major commitments, especially at the Sagittarius new moon. Is remind yourself that this could be a total fantasy. So I'm going to enjoy the fantasy. It's okay to enjoy the fantasy. It's okay to be in love with love, as long as you're not putting your money down on it. Okay? As long as that's not the horse you're betting on, right? Is keep your money in your pocket, enjoy the fantasy, see where the ride takes you, because it is a magical mystery tour, and make no commitments. If you're making no commitments, then you can't get burned, right? And so even if people are trying to deceive us or trying to hurt us or trying to fool us, doesn't mean they're going to get away with it, right? Especially if you're doing your homework, like listening here to your astrology, you're going to be forewarned. And so your instincts are going to be really strong. And even when Neptune has us all drunk as a skunk, even though we don't drink, your instincts are still there for you. Your intuition is right on. It's the mind that gets fooled. It's the eyes that can be deceived. It's the ears that doesn't hear correctly. So the five senses go out the window, but your higher senses are always plugged in, always turned on. And so your instincts won't fail you. Your intuition won't fail you. It's just that Neptune rules nirvana. It rules the higher dimensions. And it's all about spirituality and creativity. It's not about facts. It's not about logic. It's not about reasoning. It's not about common sense. It's about fantasy. That's why it's so wonderful to use in our creative endeavors. It's wonderful to use this energy for creativity, but not decision making. Let that come in December or early part of November. And then you're really clear and you're strong and you're making right choices for you. And, this is a month for you to, follow what you know, right? Because you've got that full moon in Taurus in that area of expansion of consciousness, truth, wisdom, knowledge, And knowledge is power, knowing, beliefs. And Sagittarius rules that area. And so it is about seeking truth. It is about having adventures. It is about having fun. Take full responsibility for your choices. And then you're in that power position. You're doing what's right for you. And things work out. Now, Venus will couple with Pluto on the 25th. And that could be a significant day. There could be some powerful insights for you that day in regards to a love relationship or a creative project or something going on with your children. And it can bring a new beginning. It can also bring completion as well. So pay attention to what insight you gain on the 25th of November. So those of you open for love, it could happen in October with that Scorpio new moon, and anytime in November with Venus in there, in that area of true love and romance. But you do have to pay attention because you do have Neptune in that area of relationships. And, on the one hand, it can feel like a soulmate. On the other hand, it could just be an illusion. And it's going to be unique for each one of you because each one of you is on your own path, having your own initiations, and we're all being initiated. That's what develops self-mastery. And so you want to be aware of, what you're getting from the relationship. You're not here just to give. You have to receive. Otherwise, it's not a soulmate, it's karmic. And if you're in a soulmate relationship, you're going to be receiving from that person. And they're going to see you for who you are and empower you for who you are, and not just see you as someone that they can receive from. So make sure that you are receiving from your relationships. And this isn't just romantic. This is the area of other people. And so, maybe it's time to look at, who you're working with and how that is serving you. Or maybe it's time to change up your doctor, your dentist, your lawyer, whoever you're working with. How is that serving you? And if you are coupled, how is the relationship going? Are you getting your needs met? Do you feel that this is the right person for you? If it is, excellent. If it isn't, it's time to communicate your needs. It's time to have that conversation where you ask for what you want and need. Don't just assume your partner knows or your partner gets it. We have to teach people how to treat us. So make sure you're asking for what you want and need in all of your relationships, whether it's a customer, a client, whoever. Make sure you're getting your needs met. Money looks good. You have Jupiter in that area until 10/10/2017. So, and with Mars in Aquarius helping that is nourishing and nurturing your attraction ability, your ability to attract abundance, your ability to increase your earning capacity. I really like that for you. Spiritually, it's just off the charts here with you, and it's continuing. So spiritually, you are growing. Just make sure you're listening, tuning into higher power, your soul self. And then with Mars in the area of health, this is a really good time to, work on the diet, work on the physical strength, work on well-being. You're really going to be busy with work too. And it's exciting. There's a lot of good things happening here for you, Virgo. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, favoring, sharing, Google Plusing. You're totally awesome. Thank you for subscribing. You totally rock! And if you would like for me to take a detailed look at your astrology, it's very easy. The link is below in the Show More section. You go to my astrology page. You purchase your consultation. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're working together. Or if you're interested in coaching, that link is below in the Show More section. You go to my coaching page. You purchase a session. Upon checkout, you get the link to my schedule, and we're coaching you. So until next time, Virgo, spread your wings and fly. Share your message far and wide.